Right now at 6, the man accused of abducting a pregnant 17-year-old girl faces a judge and a complex legal battle spanning 3 states. And the Green Bay Packer Tailgate Tour rolls into Onalaska, bringing legendary players face-to-face with fans.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown. Ken is on assignment. In Eau Claire, 19 people are charged in a drug bust. Police say the bust went down at a known drug house on Barland Street last week. They reportedly found over a dozen people inside and drug paraphernalia. The criminal complaint says a number of individuals told police that they'd been living in the house for months. The house was allegedly also used to sell drugs. The man accused of abducting a pregnant teenager from Wisconsin appeared in court today. Gary Day went before a judge in Nebraska and waived extradition to both Arkansas and Wisconsin. He currently faces charges in 3 different states. Police say the 17-year-old girl was found at a truck stop in Nebraska with Day on April 2nd. The 40-year-old has pleaded not guilty to misdemeanor charges. He will remain behind bars in Nebraska without bond. Bond is reduced a 3rd time for a teen accused in a Northside shooting. A judge ordering a $10,000 cash bond for 19-year-old Jason Moran. Moran is accused of shooting a man in the arm. It happened during a fight in March on Logan Street. 2 other juveniles were arrested for their alleged involvement. Well, Wisconsin could be in the middle of a housing boom. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom to explain. Grace.
2 bipartisan bills could help bring more housing to rural communities in Wisconsin. The Housing and Economic Development Authority provides tax credit for low-income housing developments across the state each year. Under current law, the authority allocates 25% of its $42 million tax credit cap to development in rural areas. One of the bills aims to increase that number to 35%.
If we want to retain and attract people to move into our rural areas, if we want to retain existing businesses and attract new businesses into our rural area, we need housing stock there as well.
The other bill would allow the WHEDA to give developers larger loans and make the application process easier.
That would clean up this process, make it easier, so builders can construct new construction as well as to retrofit formerly commercial buildings, as well as remodeling and rehabilitating 2nd and 3rd floor buildings on main streets.
PAF says this would ultimately drive down the cost for developers.
Making sure that we do have loan programs that are available, tax credit programs that are available, so we can encourage developers to take that risk.
And in turn, address housing issues across the state.
It's housing availability, but it's also housing affordability. And I think we all recognize the fact that when housing is not available, the little bit of housing stock that's left becomes more expensive.
Governor Evers' budget proposal also includes a $58 million increase for tax credit funding. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. La Crosse Mayor Mitch Reynolds giving his last weekly city update today. He reflected on his time in office.
Folks, it's been the greatest honor and privilege of my life to have served this community in the capacity as mayor. It's my community, my home. I'm grateful for the opportunity I've had to work with extraordinary staff to make progress and improve the lives of our residents.
Shondell Washington Spivey will be inducted as La Crosse's new mayor next Tuesday. Wisconsin Democrats Chair Ben Wickler is leaving his job. He'll step down in June when his term ends. Wickler has held the post for 6 years. Earlier this year, he ran an unsuccessful bid to be the next Democratic National Committee chairman. In a ex-post, Wickler said, in part, Wisconsin can reach for a trifecta in 2026. Our state party is in superb shape. So today, I'm announcing that this summer, I'm passing this torch. The La Crosse Common Council is tackling a major riverfront decision right now. It plans on voting on a dock deal with American Cruise Lines. It's a 10-year deal deal that could pump $20,000 annually into La Crosse's economy. For the past 3 years, the riverboats were docking in Winona. The council is also voting on a push to bring more movie making to the area. The resolution would add the city's name to a list of groups pushing the state to create a film office. It also supports a 25% state tax credit to productions filmed in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is conducting statewide tornado drills today. Emergency management officials will run a test at 6:45 p.m. The drills are part of Wisconsin's Severe Weather Awareness Week. Expect to hear weather radio alerts and possibly community sirens. Minnesota will be doing the same tests.
Well, typically just overcast conditions today with a little bit of light rain, and we're going to continue to see a little bit of shower activity this evening, and rain amounts would be very light, but still you might impact your activities throughout this evening hour. Temperatures barely getting into the 40s today, so it was well below average. In fact, 10 degrees below average for La Crosse. Upper 30s to the north. To some areas got closer to 50 as you go further west, where they had a little bit more in the way of sunshine, but all in all, a below average temperature for early April. Now, as you see, there's a shower activity coming down. This is kind of the last area that'll be pushing south across the area. Look, Eau Claire's seen just a little bit of light rain. Other areas have too. This will continue for the next couple hours, but not a lot to be expected with it. But still, you might see some sprinkles out there. May need the umbrella for just a brief moment. By the time we get to about 10 or 11, all the activity really pushes to the south. Then we'll see on again, off again cloud cover throughout the night as temperatures get back down to where we kind of should be in the mid 30s for most areas, low 30s to the north to maybe the upper 30s. So all in all, pretty seasonable conditions. And tomorrow we are going to get closer to average too, back to what we saw pretty much on Wednesday, temperatures mid 50s. Cloud cover will still be there, but it'll be less of it. So later on we'll kind of break down the weekend, which is looking warmer, but we also have a rain chance we got to kind of track out too. So we'll do all that a bit later.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Greg. Well, the Green and Gold made a stop in Onalaska for the 19th annual tailgate tour. Each year, the Packers travel across the state. This year, Lucas Van Ness, Tucker Kraft, and Packers Hall of Famer Amon Green joining the tour. The event features food, drinks, raffles, and Q&As with Packers players. This year will be Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy's final tour as he prepares for retirement. He says the tour is something he always looks forward to.
We've got tremendous fans all across the state, and so be able to just thank them. And then the other thing we do, obviously, is we raise an awful lot of money for different charities across the state. You know, we're here in La Crosse, the Hunger Task Force. Really looking forward to the event tonight. I think we'll raise quite a bit of money for them.
Executive Director of the Hunger Task Force says she expects the event to raise $70,000 to $80,000. Well, local history came alive at the Onalaska Library today. Wisconsin author Peggy Williams revealed the story behind her latest historical novel, Courting the Sun, a journey through King Louis XIV's court.
I did a lot of research to make sure that life at Versailles, life under Louis XIV, what his life was like, all that is as accurate as I could make it.
She is working on a sequel called Braving the Dawn. The Family and Children's Center hosted a Safe Family Art Contest today. This contest is part of a series of events for Child Abuse Awareness Month. For the event, children were encouraged to create art pieces that show safe ways for families to come together.
Not only does it give them the opportunity to kind of showcase their art skills, but also to really think about what are safe families and what does that mean to them, and maybe be looking at what their friends or the kid in the next desk is thinking of as safe family, and to try and expand on that for all kids.
Guests were also able to vote on the art they liked, and later the winners were honored during an awards ceremony. Coming up, U.S. inflation hits its lowest point in months, but economists say don't celebrate just yet. Find out why tariffs could change everything. Up next.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Doll Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Doll Auto.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Use promo code 15 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Save big during Hy-Vee's 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee pasta, just 77 cents. Coke 6-pack bottles, just $3.69 each when you buy 3. Hy-Vee 24-pack water, just $1.99. Dole salad kits, just $2.98. Red Baron pizza, just $2.99. Plus, save on chicken breasts, quilted northern bath tissue, John Morrell Franks, and more. Save in-store and online this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Doll Auto is here to help. Clean out that old car, and we'll give you an extra $1,000 over book value. Then choose from over 1,200 vehicles and lock in today's prices. Spring cleaning pays at Doll Auto.
New data shows U.S. inflation slowed sharply in March, cooling to a 6-month low. But the positive price news may be short-lived. Michael Yoshida reports from Washington.
Thursday's Consumer Price Index data showed U.S. inflation cooled to an annual rate of 2.4% in March. Prices fell 0.1% from February, the first time prices have fallen monthly since May 2020. Normally, this trend would stoke optimism. But economists warn this latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics doesn't take into account how tariffs could impact consumer goods prices going forward.
We are completely blind looking at the market. Today's CPI numbers, for example, really tell us nothing.
President Donald Trump's aggressive trade moves have already upended global markets and could make imports and likely end products for consumers markedly more expensive. Wednesday, the president announced a 90-day pause on all of his recently announced so-called reciprocal tariffs, except for those on China, which he raised again.
Everybody wants to come and make a deal, and we're working with a lot of different countries, and it's all going to work out very well.
Still, the escalating trade conflict with China, along with fresh pain from tariffs imposed on key goods, steel, aluminum, and cars, stressing markets, consumers, and businesses alike.
What would have cost me maybe $30,000 with a reasonable tariff now is going to cost me almost $200,000.
There is just not a pathway for everyone to pivot and change and magically create this manufacturing that doesn't exist today.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
We have more news ahead, but first...
Yep, mild temperatures are on the way. We got 60s, maybe even 70 back, but we do have some showers or maybe a storm could impact your weekend plans. We'll time out both coming up on your Firstborn Weather Update after the break.
There's a lot of factors to consider deciding on the right vacuum. If you need a lightweight addition to your home to help in high-trafficked areas, then a cordless stick vac might be the option for you. Stop into A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to learn more.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
It's a game of patience, focus, discipline, the late nights, the early mornings, the constant refinement, all for your next best shot. From custom fittings to expert advice, Shields is your partner in pursuit of perfection, because we chase it too. Building your next best shot starts with Shields.
There's a lot of factors to consider deciding on the right vacuum. If your space is mostly large areas and multiple surfaces, then an upright vacuum might be suited for your needs. Stop into A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to learn more.
Yeah, we got cloud cover continuing for Friday, but I think a lot of areas will see some sunshine on Friday. And the temperatures will respond a little bit. And then the weekend, overall temperatures look good, but we might have some precipitation to kind of tend with as we go into Sunday. But for this evening, we still got that light rain activity going on. Won't amount to too much. As mentioned, enough to probably wet the pavement, and that's really about it. Once we get that passed, then we also could get some fog potential tonight too. If we do get a little bit of scattering the clouds out, fog would be there, something to keep in mind up for areas as you wake up. Tomorrow, more clouds morning, probably less in the afternoon. Still a lot of clouds out there, but more sunshine, so the temperatures do come up. Milder weekend, and as I mentioned, we do have some showers, maybe even a storm chance coming in Sunday as another system approaches with a front and a couple fronts that'll be coming through. Overall, here's your precipitation kind of north to south tracking. This last disturbance is coming through. It's going to produce a little bit of light rain, light showers. Eau Claire had a little bit for about 15-20 minutes. Otherwise, that'll continue to progress all the way south. Once again, light rain, not expecting any type of change over to snow or anything like that. Once we get to about 6 or 7, you can see the activity continues to push southward, and then by the time we get to about 9 or 10, that's when most of the activity will be done. We'll deal with cloud cover, low cloud cover lingering. If we do get some of that to scatter out, we might see a little bit of fog potential, and you can see there is a possibility we might see some partial clearing. If that does happen, then waking up, you might see some areas do develop some fog, so keep that in mind when you start going out for your morning commute. Otherwise, temperatures getting back kind of seasonal conditions. And then tomorrow, if we do any sunshine in the morning, the daytime heating will probably help to produce a little bit more cloud cover briefly around late morning to early afternoon. This cloud cover then will probably dissipate as we go towards the evening. All in all, more sunshine. Should be overall, it's pretty seasonal conditions as we go through the end of the week Friday. So overall, if we look at temperatures here coming up, there we go. That's what we're going to see for Saturday's temperatures. Tomorrow, more seasonal, 50s. Saturday, we're going to turn those winds around from the south. That should get us all well into the 60s. High cloud cover begins to push overhead. We'll see. Some areas might get close to 70 if we can keep that cloud cover kind of pushing further west. Now, Sunday, temperature's really kind of tricky. It's going to depend a lot on cloud cover going on. So although right now we're saying mid to upper 60s, we could hit 70 or low 70s if some of that storm chance doesn't really develop as much as anticipated. Otherwise, I think we'll still be a little bit warmer than Saturday, but not that much. Here's the activity coming. We could see a little bit of shower activity developing, maybe even a storm chance coming Saturday night through early Sunday. This kind of lifts to the east, and then we see development. But you notice here, it's a lot of scattered in nature, not really concentrated. So that's why the storm chance going through Sunday into Monday with a couple fronts coming through is kind of still up in the air. Still, Monday, the big thing with that, behind that, is going to be the wind coming in Monday and colder temperatures. Here's your temperatures for Monday, a pretty good drop from what we've seen to the weekend. So it's going to be kind of a cold start to the next week once again, kind of like what we saw this week, maybe not quite as bad, but overall the weekend is shaping up decent until we get to Saturday, and there's a little bit of question, but it's definitely not an all-day type rain event. And then by the end of next week, I think that rain chance looks a little bit more certain that we're going to see some rain coming next Thursday and Friday. But all in all, not a bad weekend, but you might have to see a shower or a storm Sunday, but that won't affect most of the day.
Hey, if it gets us near average, I think we'll
average
take it.
tomorrow,
okay.
60s above average.
Those are good.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up in sports, a former Central standout is coming back to lacrosse. Plus, the Brewers looked for a sweep, taking on the Rockies. Kate is in next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
It's our lowest prices of the season, in-store and online at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop the season's best values on supplies to make projects your own. In our Tire and Auto Service Center, select tires or buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. Plus, get an extra $25 reward savings on 4 Cooper or Goodyear tires. Just ask an associate for details and learn about our best tire price promise. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
I love horses.
This is good family fun entertainment.
Midwest Horse Fair is the best thing.
We're back, and better than ever. America's largest 3-day horse fair is coming to Madison, April 11th through the 13th.
I like seeing everything, and there's so much going on throughout the 3 days.
The Midwest Horse Fair is the mecca of all the horse people in the Midwest. There's shopping, there's food.
There's something for everyone during the Midwest Horse Fair, April 11th through the 13th.
I'm Mike Rowe. Welcome to the most honest commercial you're going to see all day.
Today, we're fixing sagging floors.
The problem is that moisture that we're trying to control has gotten to the wood already, and it's called this side of the home to drop. So if you have cracks around your door frame, if you have those squeaky floors or bouncy floors, most of the time we can fix that.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
It was certainly a slow start to the year for the Brewers, but they're 7-1 in their last 8. Now the pitching still has some work to do, but the offense has came alive, and now they had a chance to earn their first sweep of the year up against the Rockies this afternoon. Let's go to Coors Field. Quinn Priester on the mound for Milwaukee. A rough first batter of the game for him as Brenton Doyle unloads on that pitch deep to left, and it's gone for a solo shot. Rockies up 1. Priester would settle in, and the Brewers would answer in the 4th. Man on second, and William Contreras lines one down the left field line. Yelich rounds 3rd. He comes in to score as the RBI double ties things at 1, but things would fall apart in the 8th. Rockies up 1, and bases loaded for Doyle, and this time he goes off the center field wall. All 3 runs coming to score as Colorado takes the win 7-2. The Minnesota Twins looking to avoid a series loss up against the Kansas City Royals, and not a good start for Minnesota. First inning with runners at first and second. Salvador Perez singles into left. That drives in a run. Kansas City takes the lead, but Minnesota would answer in the 2nd. Nobody on, and Ty France crushes this pitch over the left center wall. We're tied at 1, and then in the 6th, Ryan Jeffers goes right back up the middle. That scores a run. Twins take the lead, but Kansas City would take it right back. Bobby Witt Jr. sac fly. A run would score, and that would be the difference. Royals win 3-2. Some cool news in the college basketball world as former Central standout Devon Fielding is leaving Winona State and coming back to La Crosse to play for the UWL Eagles. He announced it on his social media page earlier today. Fielding helped lead Central to the WIAA State Championship back in 2022. 2 seasons ago, Fielding started 19 games for the Warriors and averaged 5 points, but his last season, his role was significantly reduced, and now he'll have a new opportunity back at home for the Eagles. Just 3 games left in the regular season for the Milwaukee Bucks, and tonight they're hosting the Pelicans at 7 o'clock. Coming into the evening, Milwaukee holds a 2-game lead over the Detroit Pistons for the 5 seed in the East. They'll face the Pistons on Friday and Sunday, so a lot of playoff implications on the line. And in the Western Conference, the Timberwolves on the road against the Grizzlies. 5 teams all within 2 games of each other in the standings. So if Minnesota wants to avoid that play-in tournament, then every win matters. Tip-off for this one set for 8:30. We'll also have some action from a few high school games tonight at 10, so be sure to tune in. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Well, when they came to install things, they were very timely. They were very professional and told us exactly how long we would be without water, which was helpful to plan. You know, they came in, did the job, they left, you didn't even know they were there.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
100 years. That's how long Drury's has been providing the area with quality furniture and an unmatched commitment to customer service. We're celebrating and we invite you to join us. Take advantage of amazing sale prices like Lazy Boy brand recliners starting at $3.99, sectionals at only $19.97, stressless recliners at only $12.97. Plus, big savings on special orders. It's happening now. Our 100th anniversary sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
So one of the things I really liked is the agenda sheet. I found to be very helpful because it clearly outlined what they were going to do and how they were going to do it, so there was no surprises.
You earn trust by making a commitment and sticking to it. By telling the heartwarming local stories with the same consistency and dedication as the difficult ones. And serving this community all day, every day. We work hard for this trust and love telling your local stories. Because we, like you, expect more. We are News 8 Now.
All right, you can see a little bit of shower or rain activity this evening. Not really that too significant, but you might need the umbrella for a brief moment of time. Otherwise, a little bit of fog potential overnight. Pretty seasonable temperatures. We do have more sun Friday. Definitely more Saturday, so our temperatures are coming back up.
So you can go outside for a run. A long one
to get
tomorrow.
outside. Exactly.
Sounds good. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you back here at 10.